I gotta get out of here. I think I'm gonna lose it.
Uh-oh. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
You get your kicked saying something like that, man.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that is the first time I've legitimately been spooked by the Xeno.
What are you?
An idiot sandwich.
Idiot sandwich what?
An idiot sandwich.
I'm retarded?
Good job, Nerd Slap.
Well done.
Memeing on yourself.
I said I would do it. I said
I
love
love that self-deprecation around here, so we do. I swear to you, I thought that was going to be me. I was getting ready for it, and I'm like, no. He's like, oh, it's. I was like, congratulations, Nerd Slap. That was really funny. But you had me in suspense. I was afraid.
It must suck being Mo. Just like, what's coming around the corner?
It really is.
Constant fear and anticipation that it's going to be you.
There's always next week.
Episode 45, everybody. Getting pretty close to that number 52. There's a lot of little news today. Nothing big, but we definitely have a full show. But thanks everybody, by the way, for showing up for the Xbox independent developer stream earlier. That was a lot of fun. We'll talk about that a little bit. But Norman, how are you doing?
Pretty good. I'll go for a quick intro this week. We got episode 5 of the Nerd Files recorded yesterday on the moon haunts you. So yeah, very good episode there. But yeah, that's going to be my intro. Hi guys.
Yeah, we should go to the moon one of these days. What do you think about that, Nerd Lab?
Hey, I'm down. Let's do it. We can get our own rocket. I'm down.
Yeah, because we've never been there.
No, never.
Yeah, we can call it a work retreat. And, yeah, right off the whole
Buzz Aldrin would punch you for that.
Yes, we talked about that actually.
Oh, but no,
I'm probably still hurt like the Dickens too, because Buzz might be 95. He still looks like he whoops a butt.
Oh, he probably could.
Oh,
those old guys are tough. But no, I'm doing good. Like Norman said, we got episode 5 down and it's already uploaded. So got that done in record time. Back streaming on Kick. Feels good to be back on that. And then, yeah, off the hip and trigger happy. So looking forward to today's episode.
Sweet. Nagranal, you seem really excited today.
Yep.
Oh boy. You know, I gave him a chance on the second row today, but like, no, that's it. You're
Thank
getting
you.
demoted.
You're right. You're right.
Yeah. I just want my stapler.
I actually have a clip that relates to that. Mo, how are you doing now that you've taken Nagrinal's spot? Give us your best intro.
Hi guys.
Perfect.
Nothing wrong with this seat. Oh. I'm Mo Zamboni. I just did the Monday Hangover with Jay, where we talked about Galaxy Quest, so I'm in a good mood because it was an amazing movie. But yeah, it's nice to be on a stream with a fellow Alien aficionado. I adore the first three movies, the only three movies. So
Yeah, we came to the conclusion that Predators is pretty fun. So
Predators? Yeah, Predators.
Out of the Alien and the Predator franchise. Yeah.
Topher Grace saves that movie with his performance. It's so cool.
Yeah.
Dude, he was so good as he was the curveball. I don't want to ruin it for people who haven't seen it. I really don't, because it's so good. It's good.
It's the closest that any of the Predator films come to the original movie.
Really?
I love the openings. And they
were trying to stick to the comic, and they were trying to push out comics that like never happened. Well, they did, but it didn't at the same. Yeah, I think they meant to go. I think they meant to put more out than they really did. But Niet, how are you doing? Thank you for joining Off the Hip for the first time.
Mm-hmm. My pleasure. Yeah, massive fan of Off the Hip. It's my favorite way to start every week, and thrilled and privileged to be here. So thanks for the invite.
Yeah, it's great. It's great having you. We had you on the GCA, and it's always nice to have someone with a lot of film knowledge. So we'll talk about that a little bit today. But Hayden, how are you doing?
I'm doing good. I just hit hour 71 in Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, and it is not as gay as Dynasty Warriors Origins was. So I'm feeling pretty good about it right now. They clearly denote the gay option. I don't know why everybody was bitching so much.
Well, clearly you need to choose some different options so that you can be more inclusive. So.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. I'm just a bigot in Bohemia right now, about to. Ironically enough, the mission that I'm on right now, I'm about to infiltrate a party of anti-Semites to find out what they're planning to the Jews. So it could be very interesting.
Okay.
Doing the Lord's work.
A little prequel to World War II there. Very nice.
Yeah, there's something going on there. There's lots of Germans involved. So it's very interesting.
Well, before we get started, let's get our pre-stream legends, as Hypnotic calls them, Cage and Corey for $10. How is finding a girlfriend like finding a parking spot? All the good ones are taken, so you just stick it in the disabled one and hope no one catches you.
Well, that's the show, everyone. Have a good night, everyone. That's it.
Disavow.
That's it. We peaked.
That was a good one, Corey.
That
was a good one. Holy. I did not read that until now. That took me by surprise. Isaac for $2. Had to troll you earlier, Mo. Much love, no homo.
Thanks.
So he loves you, but not in a gay way.
Yeah, he introduced the nickname Slow Mo to my stream with Jay. Thank you, Isaac. Appreciate it.
What about Mo Zambroni? Are they saying that over there yet?
God, no. Bro Zamboni, I haven't seen. No, just Mo.
Give it time.
No, they just make fun of me on the merits. They don't just go after my name. They actually
just rate us. Leon with the raid.
Leon.
Hello, Leon and friends.
Thank you, Leon.
Hello,
much appreciated.
Welcome, everyone.
And then we have Cornboy with his classic thumbs up.
With an ABF on top. So that's like an ABF with its own thumb somehow. But there you go. That's what we're working with today.
He just did the thumbs up emoji this time because normally the sticker doesn't show because StreamYards is retarded, I guess.
Yeah, you get a finger and a thumb.
And then we got Niet, Film Comics Explained, for 10 gifted memberships.
Wow.
Thank you, dude.
This guy.
Crazy.
That's a record.
My
Crazy.
pleasure.
Yeah, this guy.
Let's see here. Did we do a? I think we should do a clip for that.
I think so.
Let's see. What do we got here?
Worthy of a clip.
Let's give him one of these.
Damn!
I haven't seen that in a while.
I love it.
And then we have Jake Martin. I missed it. Does anybody see what it was? The super sticker. Let me scroll up.
Let's see.
Oh, we got a. It's another. He's always doing the hippo. It's
Oh,
a
it's like a-
hippo,
yeah,
and he's
the
like
out
drifting in
chair.
his computer chair.
Yeah.
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 He's like pulling off a nice drift.
Thank you, Jake.
Thanks, Jake.
That's cool.
Atomic Patriot for $2. Naganal, keep the energy down, man. Chill out.
Yeah, you
Chill
got to
out.
park it.
I don't know.
You gotta say it like Arnold.
Please.
Chill out. Stop it. Stop it, Naganal.
Cajun Corey, member for 2 months. Cancel well done steaks. I agree with that.
I agree.
Yep.
Thank you.
I agree.
Someone had to say it.
Thank you for the 2 months.
Jeff up north, dude.
Sure.
Gifted 5 memberships.
What are you doing?
Thank you, Jeff.
Adding all these production assistants. You guys are crazy. Yeah, crap. Web.
Getting in early today, huh?
Are we
Don't
singing it?
understand it's 2
I'm
a.m.
not.
when I do this, but anyway. For fuck's sake, cancel Disney Plus. Well
Man,
done,
he
man.
gets
Well done.
he gets his $2 worth on every
yeah.
stream.
He does. He does.
Sure does.
Thank
All
you,
right.
everyone.
Well, let's get started. I have a bunch of weird things to show from my Twitter bookmarks. The first one, can anybody spot any? So she's got good trigger discipline here. This appears to be MP5. Does anybody notice anything wrong?
Am I?
Yeah.
Her left hand, where her left hand is, no?
Something.
Yeah.
Could have something to do with something
Hello,
being
ladies.
backwards there.
Should be curved this way.
Yeah.
Or should be.
Oh boy.
We'll come back to that one. All right, let's see here. Got another dumb video.
Well done, Anthony.
This one made me giggle.
Engine start, no problem. 5 minutes. Tidin, problem, engine kaput.
What the?
Engine start, no problem. 5 minutes. Tidin, problem, engine kaput. Engine start, no problem.
I had to play it twice because you needed the double take.
PS4 apparently.
Yeah.
Holy
Did
shit.
it. I don't know why it's so funny to me. Okay. This one, let's see, I need to turn the audio down on it. It's kind of loud. All right, just imagine this. You're a mailman and you're trying to drop off some mail in one of those mail slots on someone's door.
A mailbox, yeah.
How am I going to get this in here?
Oh,
Give me my glove back.
Oh man,
I'm taking it all, bitch.
you're not getting that glove.
Here.
Here, you take it.
If you're fighting it, here, take it with you. Oh boy, here's the letter.
Oh man, I want that cat.
Take the letter with you. Take the letter with you.
So pissed off, it's hilarious.
Holy shit.
Okay, this is the one take I can agree with, Isaac, on. Well
Yes.
done. You got one.
That I can agree with.
Diat, I'm not familiar totally with car culture in Australia, but do you guys have like lowriders, where people like slam their car really low to the ground?
Not really. Our curbs
No.
are quite high, so you don't see many
Okay.
of them. But there's a few that you might catch every now and then.
Okay. Well, we have lowriders in the USA, and people seem to always try to, out slam their cars to other people for bragging rights. This one's a little strange.
I saw that one.
What?
Obviously not street legal.
How?
Who driving that?
I think there's a little RC car under there or something, dude.
It's gotta be.
It's gotta be electric.
Or something in front and back.
Is the driver lying on his stomach?
It's
I
gotta
don't think
be.
there's anyone in there.
There's
It's
no
gotta be
way there's a
remote
driver
controlled.
in there.
Car's no clipping.
Yeah, that's just Cyberpunk 2077, bro. That's not real.
Sophie.
Oddly enough, because I actually do know a little bit about Australian car culture. That's one half of the car that you want from Japan. The other one's coming on the next shipment, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, they chop their cars apart from Japan so they can import them. It's pretty crazy.
And then I have another car clip. This, I don't know, maybe Mexican car culture?
Oh, is he gonna Homer Simpson that shit?
So they put it in the cage.
Is he?
The guy in the cage must have lost a bet.
Yeah. Okay, so this is either Rick and Morty or The Simpsons. One of the two. Which is it going to be?
No, yeah, I've seen this cyclone stuff.
I don't remember the setup taking this long. Sorry. Here we go. All right.
Right then.
Oh, it's gonna go around.
Yep.
I think they used to do these at monster truck shows
Thank
back
you,
in the
Ronan.
80s, didn't they?
Probably so.
I think they did. I think I remember this.
This looks very amateur to me, though.
It does. I don't think I would want to stand within like
Oh, I
100
would
yards
not
of
want
that
to be in
cage.
that. I wouldn't want to be anywhere near that cage.
Damn sure not the guy in the middle.
I mean,
Look
you
how
can
much
see
of
things like
that's shaking.
shifting.
Yeah. No, dude. I'd try it.
Dude.
Ugh.
No.
Ugh.
It's like a
Of course that happens, it
1978
rolls
Renault or something like that. It's like the
It-
crappiest car ever. I would not trust that thing.
It's a PO.
That's what's most impressive, though. Is it's not the ascension, it's the descension when he has to control every single rev going down one by one, so he doesn't just flop off to the side.
We've seen 26-year-old female
Brother.
pilots have a much more difficult time on a descent than that guy. Miraculously, in both cases, no one died.
My beer, exactly. Universal Tijuana's newest friend.
Let's see here. I think a couple super chats came in. Melee K.
right. Sorry about that.
No worries. Gifted one gifted membership. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
she noted that she recreated your sniper shot from the other night and got the Soska sensors.
Did she really? That's amazing.
Oh,
Wow.
Let's go.
And then we have Sophie chronicling mayhem for 5 soles. We're doing dad jokes now. Let's see. A, where did small Jimmy go when he got lost in a minefield? B, everywhere. C, that was really dark. B, got bright for a sec though.
Okay.
That was good.
Oh,
Not bad. Not bad. We got Leon for 5 gifted
Leon!
memberships.
Yo,
Yeah,
Leon,
thank
thank
you.
Leon. Man. Thank you.
All right, and let's see here. We got a couple more funnies. Sorry, I gotta share these in tab for audio. So a newly constructed bridge in the Congo collapsed during its grand opening ceremony.
That ribbon was the only thing holding it together.
I love that you can just hear the crunch of the tin. Like this was a quality construction, ladies and gentlemen.
You hear the whole village like, "Yeah, we wasted 3 houses on that shit. Well done."
did they use like aluminium support beams for this? Like,
Oh yeah,
Fuck.
what it
the
looked
sturdiest stuff in Africa. You only get the best out there.
Yes, they just glued a bunch of Coke cans together and just hoped for the best.
No, Mo, that would have actually been sturdy after given enough cans. That was terrible craftsmanship right there.
It sounded like cans, though. It sounded like they were standing on top of a recycling bin. It was
The local engineer, the guy who lives on the corner over there nearest to the bridge.
What's up, Justin? Let's see here. And then this one is for Nia. Nia, I noticed you're watching or you were playing Skyrim.
Yes, sir.
What was it, last night? So
yeah, day before.
Yeah, this is kind of a fun little project that someone's been working on. They're putting Oblivion in the Skyrim engine.
Skyblivion, baby.
Oh yeah.
And it looks pretty cool.
That looks
I don't know if
amazing.
that's something you'd be interested in or not.
Absolutely. When is this going to be dropped? Do you know?
They've been working on it for several years, and now we're actually seeing some real progress in it. So I think that their latest like speculative release was going to be sometime in 2025. Now
I think you can play test it if you request also.
yeah, they're also working on Skywind, which is Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind in the Skyrim engine, but they're having to rebuild all the textures, rebuild all of the objects, redo the armor system. Like that's a much larger undertaking for Skywind, but we may be seeing Skyblivion sometime this year.
Have Bethesda given them a blessing to do this, or do you think they're going to block
Probably,
it?
yeah. No, Bethesda's usually quite behind all these kind of third-party stuffs. I mean,
yeah,
like the fall. I know that was kind of official with them, but the Fallout London mod was kind of the game out last year. That was pretty tumultuous.
Yeah, typically when there's modding, they allow a certain amount of things to happen, especially since it's it's crossing one game to another and they're related. So I don't think that they would be mad about it. And if they would, that would backfire massively. So they're not going to do that.
Well, I know that in the early days, they were kind of balking at it a little bit, saying that it wasn't going to be possible, that it was going to do the original Oblivion wrong, that there was no way they could do this. But these guys went out and they got hundreds of voice actors to voice lines. They're treating it like a full production. And I think then Bethesda kind of like came back off of it and they don't really talk about it much now.
Sounds like they're putting more work in than Bethesda did with Starfield.
Yeah.
Well, they should do it. It's been in development since 2012. I'm just reading now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a long time coming.
Yep, I've been watching this since 2012, just hoping for a play test, and they keep saying that play tests are coming, and then you can't ever find a place to sign up for it, and so it's been a long road. Yeah, it's been a very long road. I've been watching it since they started working on this, and like I said, I think the last thing they said was they were hoping that in 2025 they would have at least something playable, maybe not the full game, but they're getting there. They're making progress.
And I don't think there's going to be any pushback from this because it says this is going to be released as a free mod for Skyrim Special Edition. So there should be nothing wrong with it. You're not making any money off the game. So.
Yeah, Emperor Goodwin in the chat is exactly right. I was about to say it. Bethesda needs the modding community to fix their play. It's dead serious.
That's how they do it.
Get it done.
They rely on the modding community. That's what they do. Yes.
Look at how the Skyrim release went. Within the first couple of months, you had people releasing fishing mods and housing mods and all of this stuff, and then Bethesda was just like, "Yeah, this is ours now. Look, we have fishing in the game."
That happens with a lot of games though, like Ark Survival. Whenever someone would make a map that had different mechanics in it, they would usually adopt that on their next DLC release and stuff like that. So yeah,
it sets a bad example for the entire industry, and it bleeds over to other studios like Ubisoft. They've had to overhaul their whole work structure so they don't stop releasing broken games for once. It all comes from Bethesda, that kind of lackluster, we'll fix it later, the players will fix it kind of attitude. It's like, no, why don't you get to work in your AAA studio and put out a really good game that you promised that you'd put out,
But I would also say that embracing the modding community like Bethesda has done also does nothing but do good for games as a whole, because then we get
Yeah,
people
but-
who are motivated to improve those games. But that's not to excuse them releasing something that's horribly broken at the
But
beginning.
there's one thing putting an icing on a cake, but if you have to go and remake the whole fucking cake to put that icing on, then it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
You all right there, Mo? Going a little
Yeah,
red?
sorry. I just
pink.
read
Sophie's making inappropriate jokes in the
Yes.
chat.
What is she saying? What is all right? What do you call a bi person on fire? BBQ?
Wow.
Yeah,
Wow.
borderline
That's a good one.
inappropriate, Sophie.
Which is why Naganal and I both laughed at it at the same time. Like, holy shit. Everybody's like, "Yeah, I agree, Bethesda. No, the modding community is great." And Sophie's like, "Hold on."
Well, go get yourself some cake.
And then Hayden sent this one to me the other day.
Bro.
Play it on mute.
Hey, unironically, this is the first time I ever watched the Kaizenat stream, but yeah, he drew me in. The fucker did it.
Very cool. This
So
is
we've
why
got
he's one of the
the-
#1 streamers in the world.
Yep.
Guy turned his entire streaming room into a bat cave.
Oh, no. This is a studio. He's got 4 different sets as well, like 4 different cave. Like one of them was a bat cave, and then there's this one, and then one was a rooftop. I didn't see the last one that he had, but yeah, it was a full fucking studio that he used.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah, he went all out.
Well, and
See.
again, that's why he's one of the top streamers in the world, because he does stuff like this. Like he made his maybe it was his stream room that he had made into a Bloodborne back set whenever he was going to stream Bloodborne. Like the guy goes all out, spares no expense, and makes some awesome, environments for him to just be sitting in the corner playing a video game.
Yeah, so what Isaac just said there, if you remember Bruce's Batcave in the Dark Knight, it was just that underground bunker with all the lights.
Mhm.
That's essentially what he had for one of his sets. And then, like I say, another one was like a snowy rooftop. He used that for Arkham Origins, and I didn't see the last one. It was
I
pretty
think
awesome.
What's that?
Pokimane was saying a couple of weeks ago that the reason why female gamers aren't #1, 2, or 3 is because of sexism. It's like, no, it's because these guys are putting in the bloody work. Like they're investing so much into the production, whereas
Yeah.
Pokimane just sits in front of a camera and encourages her simps.
Yeah. Well, and she was wrong in that, because there are a lot of VTubers, specifically from Japan, that do get close to hitting the same numbers that like Kai Cenat and IShowSpeed Speed are hitting. And they do put a lot of work into their streams as well. So
Well,
put
you
in the
know
work,
who
you
else
get the
puts a lot
payoff.
of work in? All those Twitch streamers that convert their room into a jacuzzi room,
Absolutely.
for the hot tub streams.
It's
Like
true.
Amaranth.
So, yeah. Those are the real innovators.
Called out.
But also I have a clip of Hayden actually here.
I'm fucking Batman.
I don't know why we have that. I just wanted to play it. So
I forgot about
That was
that
like
one.
one of the first clippable things that I said, and I think it was Isaac that just grabbed it right then and there.
And it's so out of context because there's just a black guy laughing on the screen. It's like, okay, like,
Oh man.
all right. And then we got this. This is just funny to me. I'm a little tired of talking about Captain America, but it's a Gundam. Quote tweets: "The MCU is confusing the dude who made the Metal Gear series." Hideo Kojima reaction to watching Captain America: Brave New World. I watched it in IMAX. I vaguely remember Sam receiving the shield in Endgame, but when did he officially become Captain America? He's very
You didn't watch
confused.
the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
So,
ironic
Hideo
because
Kojima-
his stories are sometimes like highly confusing, or they try to
Right.
be anyway.
But so Hideo Kojima watches a lot of movies, but what he's not going to do is go sign up for Disney Plus to watch the string it along bullshit.
He's too busy for
And-
that shit.
Yeah, he's too busy for that. He's making games, man. And yeah, so
But
know
he's
what
absolutely
happened?
right, because he's on the normie level, and it's like the last time you saw Falcon is he had wings and he got handed the shield, and now you go to this movie and he's Captain Black Ant Panther America Man, or whatever you want to say. It's just ridiculous.
I think I
Yeah,
know what happened. I think he was streaming and GraphWeb sent him a $2 super chat.
that may be it.
Could be.
Kojima is listening.
He gets
No, no, no. Again, good one with the shots. Kojima is GraphWeb.
Sorry, what were you gonna say, Diet?
Well, studios have to stop making us do fucking homework to catch up with their universe, right? Like, we don't want to watch their shit Disney Plus series just to understand what's happening in the next film. And when they started doing the Disney Plus series, they said that you won't need to watch these shows in order to understand what's happening in the films, but they fucking lied.
Well, we knew they never had a plan as soon as they started doing all of the series and stuff, because they immediately messed up every plot line that they had, and then they throw out a couple of bad movies, and then they're just lost and spiraling in their own, self-fulfilling prophecy of, well, if you guys just check this out, you'll understand. And yeah, it quickly devolved.
There's a few reasons for why the MCU is spiraling. One, it's because Kevin Feige tells the new writers and directors not to read the source material of what it is that they're adapting. We saw that with Secret Invasion. The second issue, I think, is that the writers don't even understand the films and TV shows that have come before it. Because in my Captain Falcon breakdown that I did over the weekend, I tried to piece together everything that we know leading up to this film. And even if they did the homework, none of it makes any sense. It's an incoherent mess.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I remember watching, was it Doctor Strange?
Multiverse of Madness.
Thank you, Multiverse of Madness. And I didn't watch a couple of the series leading up to that. And I'm like, who are some of these characters? I have no idea. And I just turned it off after 15 minutes.
Oh, that was a brain fart of a fucking movie. I know. Imagine I'm actually impressed you got through 15 minutes.
That was the last one that I think I actually watched all the way through, because I had watched the Scarlet Witch series that they had put out and wasn't super happy with it, but I at least knew kind of where they were going. And I had seen Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. before, so I knew who some of those people were that they brought into Scarlet Witch. But then even after having watched all of that, Multiverse of Madness was the thing that I checked out at that point.
Literally,
S.H.I.E.L.D. was okay, but it wasn't. It's so much better than anything that Disney Plus put out. So
it was peaks and downs, but literally the only part of Multiverse of Madness I give credit is to Sam Raimi horror. Like when Scarlet Witch is killing the Illuminati and she goes for Professor X, she doesn't snap his neck; she tears his face apart. Like, if you watch it in slow-mo, it's like gone. It's crazy.
Yeah, Mr. Fantastic, the most intelligent man in the MCU, straight up tells her what Black Bolt's ability is so she can mute him. Like, there's so many issues with that movie.
Oh,
Oops, you made a mistake.
Even if that happens, Black Bolt's not going to be an idiot and just go, he's not going to do anything. He's just going to be like, okay, well, I'm fucked. Have a punch.
And the whole premise behind it is also flawed, because they want us in the Multiverse of Madness to sympathize with the fact that she'd lost children, but they weren't real. They never existed to begin with. Right. And they want us to sympathize with someone who literally tortured a town for months to live in her own deluded fantasy.
Yeah, and they underlined that in the series because they showed a child crying doing motions. Like they cut to a child and there was a tear running down their eye. And stupid dollar store Beyonce is like, they'll never understand. I'm like, what?
Well, it's several moments in that series where people would stop what they were doing and beg her to leave them alone. And we were supposed to sympathize with her somehow. I don't understand.
The MCU's sense of morality is fun. Like, even in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you've got John Walker, who I think earned the mantle of Captain America. He was struggling with the super soldier serum. The entire series, he's being derided by Sam Wilson and Bucky Barnes for not being the real Captain America. He asks for their help. And then his best friend dies, is killed by a terrorist. Yet when he kills a terrorist that's been terrorizing multiple people and has killed lots of people, they respond by breaking his fucking hand and taking the shield away from him. Like, yeah, the MCU has a morality problem.
Disney has a morality problem.
Yeah.
Oh, man. It's a mess. There's no way they can fix it.
You know what? Where we can fix things is so Mecha Break has been breaking records, and right now it's just in a free state where you can just play it on Steam as a beta. And what is this game about, do you ask? Oh, look at this.
Boom butt sliders. Let's go.
That's pretty. Some pretty thick graphics.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Really rounded.
Yeah.
Well-rounded.
Yeah. Well-rounded mechanics. It looks like.
All the
What was
security
this game
guards are
about
like,
again?
I have no problem with this. Just keep doing laps.
Just doing laps.
Yeah, this is the gameplay. It's just
Oh, definitely putting your breast foot forward there.
Yeah, the Twitter weirdos are very mad about the boob and butt sliders on the
Of
Pirates
course.
Mecha Break.
Screw
always
Death
mad
Stranding. This is my favorite walking simulator. Take my money.
I think there was a mech in there somewhere. Somewhere.
Maybe, you know, out the window, maybe,
Somewhere.
if you went and looked.
It's like one of those
Sorry, I
videos
didn't
where
notice.
they sneak the guy in the gorilla outfit and you don't even notice. Like everybody's passing a basketball and he comes in and out of the screen and you only notice on the next. I think there was a mech, but I didn't see it.
Everyone making jokes, and there's Phantom, which is nice, but yeah. Straight to the point.
Let's see here. Here's an actual mech. in the
Oh,
game.
there's a game as well. Oh,
There
Yeah.
is also a
Mech?
game, yes.
Yeah. So
Uh,
I guess there's this
That
boring
was-
part where you get in this giant robot that can, destroy anything.
yeah, I suppose.
what's its ass look like?
Yeah, so Mecha Break, for those who don't know, I believe it's a 5v5 mech team-based battle. I think you can only pick, at least whenever I first saw it back in the alpha, I guess, whenever people were playing it. Only one mech of each type can be put on each team. So it's kind of like the hero shooter style thing where you have to pick a
Okay.
different character from somebody else on your team. But then, it's either capture the points, death match, something like that. And
This one's a sniper.
yeah. And it's the game seems like they're coming along quite a bit with development of it. But that guy, I hate that guy. I played a little bit of it, and that guy who's sniping from really far away and just taking people out, that guy's a bitch.
Yeah. So I downloaded this. I haven't had time to play it today, but I'm gonna try to play it before Wednesday and talk about it. So I'll let you guys know.
Yeah, I downloaded the demo. I'm looking forward to trying this out.
Yeah, it's very fast paced. I watched, I think I watched Asmongold play a little bit of it in the alpha, and he just got obliterated for the first 20 minutes he was playing the game.
If you're used to playing Armored Core, is this game kind of similar to that in a way? I
It's
wonder.
somewhat similar.
Okay.
Yeah, you there's definitely a comparison that could be made there, but it is different.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I find mechs kind of cool.
I do
How
too.
how grindy is the game? Like, if I was to go, if you're on a scale from first descendant being the highest, where would you put that?
So whenever I actually played it, they didn't have any of the grinding mechanics in because they didn't have a ton of different weapons and stuff that you could swap out on the mechs, but it looks like they're improving that as well. So I couldn't really tell you right now.
Because I do like the amount of customization, but if there's a ton of grind with it, those are not really my kind of games. I just like to pick up and play,
Yeah.
and unlock stuff as I play, but I don't want to be grinding for this element and then grinding for 6 other elements to combine into this one super element. So I combine it with that, and then I get tired of all that.
And then you upgrade the one gun, but it's only one level up, and then everybody else has been playing no life mode for 9 months. And yeah.
Okay. So I'm glad that Erwin's here because I have news. Erwin gifted me a game about digging a hole, and I beat the game, and then I beat the game again since they added achievements, and then I beat it for a third time, and I don't know if you can see this trophy right here. Beat the game in under 30 minutes. It took me 2 attempts.
Dang.
My second attempt, I got it in 25 minutes. So,
Nice.
yep. And now my shovel is gold. Yep. And I found the 2 keys to open the chest, so I've 100%ed the game. I did not cheat, okay? Let's not start spreading rumors here. So there are ways. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now. This person right here beat the game in 9 minutes and 23 seconds.
Damn.
And I actually watched a video about this. I don't know why I got so obsessed over it, but apparently there are cheats you're allowed to use. And one of them is like hotkeying gamma. So you don't have to use lamps on the way down. You just hit your hotkey when it gets too dark and you can see and just keep digging.
Right.
And then there was one other thing too. I can't remember what it was, but there was definitely some
The
cheating going
procedural
on.
map, right?
It is a procedural map, so you can get lucky or you can get screwed based on how the bonus little pockets are. On my run, I felt like I got kind of lucky with like 3 in a row.
Oh wow!
So it actually brought me pretty deep without having to dig too much. So, yep.
Yeah. So I did check earlier, and I do not have a gold shovel, even though I have beat the game once. So
Okay,
it's got something to do with the achievements. Yeah.
I wonder which achievement it was that gave me the gold shovel. Maybe it was this one, the shoveled one.
Maybe so.
Yeah. It seems like the dynamite is gold when I'm holding it in my hand too. So that's kind of funny.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So actually maybe the dynamite turns gold when you get this one and the shovel turns gold when you get that one also. But yep, totally stupid ass game. Erwin gifted it to me. I think it was $4.99.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous. I totally recommend it.
Yeah, it's a great game if you just have like 15 minutes to kill. You could just boot it up, get back in the hole, start digging a little bit, and then whenever the 15 minutes is up, you just go, you save, and you're done.
It's so stupid.
It is.
But there's barely any consequences other than like falling to your death and losing whatever rocks you picked up. But you could totally just be watching Netflix as you're playing it and just chill. So
Yeah.
Nice.
I was watching the newest episode of 1923 as I was doing the last achievement. So
You definitely get your money's worth for $5.
oh yeah.
Like, absolutely.
And the developer is the same person that did Power Wash, if I'm not mistaken. And he made this game a game about digging a hole in under a month. It sounded like. I think it was like 2-3 weeks that he spent
That's
making that.
crazy.
So single developer. Yeah. What do you think, Niat? Are you interested in digging a hole?
No, thank you. I'm just gonna stay with Skyrim. Thank you very
Not
much.
for everybody. I understand.
Yeah.
What if somebody gifts it to you though? Will you play it?
Maybe.
You know what to do.
It's only $5.
You know where Niat might see himself in the game more is Assassin's Creed Shadows.
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Damn.
I felt dirty saying that. I'm sorry.
That's right. I support ABF secret racism. So.
No, it's true though. We was samurais, don't you know?
In shit, right?
And shit.
So they suffer massive black market leak. Spoilers and gameplay streams hit the internet as Ubisoft faces another major setback. So what they're talking about as this setback in the article, if you click on the leaks here, brings you to a Smash JT article. And what happened is certain retailers, it didn't say specifically why, but they just started selling the game. And I have a theory that since the game was pushed back, maybe they forgot to adjust the date and they just sold the game on time.
I think that is pretty close to what actually happened.
Yeah, so people are getting actual PS5 retail box games in the mail.
Wow, really? Huh.
And here's some person that was just selling them off of eBay.
Yep.
So
We were having a little look through eBay before the show, and it seems like there's a lot of sort of these self-employed one-person retailers who are getting the games as they ordered them to sell on eBay, and they're just going with it anyway, despite the pushback.
Well, and it's highly likely that in the midst of the entirety of Ubisoft Corporation burning down, the person who was supposed to call the distributor and go, "Oh, hold off," forgot to make that phone call.
I didn't even make that connection. Good one. Oh my gosh. But yeah, I don't think that this game was I I mean, it was already doing pretty poorly, let's be honest, as far as publicity. And this is probably not going to do it any favors.
No.
As far as,
because
you know.
they wouldn't have
That was
rolled
quick.
out those updates and have the update server running yet. So some people are getting to play the game from when it was printed on the disc, most likely. And they're going to see the worst of what they were going to present to us.
Well, yeah, so let's just say that you had this pre-ordered on eBay through one of these retailers, and you get it in the mail, and you pop it in your PS5, fire it up. There's probably no day zero patch to install because they weren't ready to do that yet. So you're probably playing a game that was meant to be patched, but isn't.
Yeah, you're just going straight into the game that was probably ready in... Well, it might have been the February edition, I imagine. That worked from November into February. That's probably the game that you got.
Yeah, there you probably got that updated version, I would say. Because I don't think they had them print ready in November. So there's probably some work that's been done there that you're getting, but it's still not going to be what they intended for the public to actually see.
I mean, it should be noted, we're unsure if it was a pre-order, if they actually had it, but ABF found one that was a Steam code, so it's not just physical editions that this is tied to.
Yeah, that one was kind of weird. It said something about how you have to play Steam offline to make it work also, and it was only $20, so I think there was definitely some fuckery afoot with that one. So
sounded a little scammy.
Just a bit.
So, yeah. But yeah, you can see here they're talking about they know that they're selling it you know, too early because they're charging $100 for it. So they know what they got.
Yeah, that scalping culture is still there from just a few years ago. It's going to take a while to break that out of the independent sellers market.
But if they are like, sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, it goes to show how little demand there is for that game. Because if this is a game that people coveted, it'd be going for $1,000 and people would be buying it.
That's easy.
Yeah. Yep.
The black market copies are going for $80 to $100. It's just the absolute state of Ubisoft.
Just retail price. Simple.
It seems like it's Xbox and PlayStation copies, by the way. So
yeah.
Yep. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that one. Let's see here. So this story is kind of interesting. We had Elon Musk talk about how he wanted Grok to try to make video games. And now we have Microsoft CEO coming out and saying that they want to use generative AI to make games also. And even the new Battlefield, EA has stated that they want some sort of AI generative level building. So I don't know. What do you guys think about this? Because I saw some of the games that Grok made the other day, and it's kind of impressive that an AI made it, but they don't look like fun games to me. So,
well, I've said before that I think this AI software, this is a tool, and if people use the tool properly, it could give us some really great things. Like you can look at some of the Skyrim mods and stuff where they've added in voice chat to be able to talk to some of the NPCs. So you can actually walk into a room, speak into your microphone, and communicate with an NPC in the game. Stuff like that, it's just kind of goofy. They're using the large language models, but it's a cool addition. Now, if they can get an AI to start generating levels and stuff like that, we may be going into a new era of gaming. The problem is modern day devs are super lazy and they'll abuse the hell out of it, and we'll get a ton of just slop that they'll sell and they'll put it on Xbox service, or you know they'll throw it up on Steam for $5 and the game will be shit, and it'll give AI in gaming a bad name.
To be honest, I think the best use of this, because I think Microsoft are calling it Muse, their AI system. It would be better to set this AI on older games to get them revamped and ready to play on newer systems, on higher beefy PCs as well, and Game Pass, whatever you want to play it on. You know, instead of having generative AI make brand new games, you have your devs that you pay make the new games, and you have this AI go after your back catalog or the stuff that's in the vault right now, just sitting there gathering dust, you know?
Yeah. No, I think there's potential for both avenues here for sure.
Yeah, I think I agree with Jeff up north about having like a hybrid system of letting AI do it, but you need to have some sort of human element there to supervise and make sure it looks normal.
Well, that's kind of how it's working in graphic design right now. Because that's what I do. It's a very useful tool, but it's by no means end all be all to get things done. Like if you need the thing that helps me in the workflow, and this is like where it really helps, is you have, let's say you want to remove certain something from a picture. I can do it manually. I know how to do that. I'm good with Photoshop, but it saves time in your workflow, and it's just adds up. It adds up. It adds up. Having AI assist you in building things, like smaller things, leaves more room for the big things. So if they use it like that, it'll be great. If they just throw it into this what amounts to be a sophisticated search engine, it's not going to give you what you want. But to create assets and stuff like that, I think it'll speed up. Well, they'll somehow figure out a way to mess it up, but it should speed up getting all the little stuff done and getting like a release cycle, pared down quite a bit, so you can release a game that's a little more complete, and just have things that some of your little underlings might take care of, but do it much cheaper and much faster. And if
That's
you train, yeah.
I was going to say that's why I think you should go back to the Xbox 360 area and start revamping all of these games, because you are giving it a completed product in that time. You're not telling it to generate something new. You're just saying go in, identify every asset, update all the assets, upscale the technology that's being used to create everything, and refresh the game. Essentially, you're not asking it to make something new. You're just asking for a refresh.
Yeah, AI remaster.
I think what is happening too is Microsoft likes to say all the right things to get their investors excited to invest and buy their stock. And if they say that there's this thing that's just going to generate content and not have to have employees, then investors usually flock to that type of thing. So
yeah, something like Halo 2, Spider-Man 2. Like Spider-Man 2 is more I played that one, so I can tell you, like, they could just scale up the city, take those same mechanics, make the model a little bit larger, make the articulate a bit more, things like that,
kind of like Uber. Uber actually isn't very profitable unless they can take the human driver element out of it, which is why they've been trying to get driverless cars to work, which has taken much longer than they hoped. But yeah, Uber is not actually a profitable company because they still have to pay drivers.
No, they get all their things from like licensing deals and whatnot with like governments like that. That's where they get their money.
well, no, Uber actually is just propped up by the investors.
All right.
They haven't actually generated an actual dollar yet.
Interesting, because they were getting
at
paid.
Least not since I checked into it a few
they were
years ago.
They were getting paid a hefty buck by the London government. I'm pretty sure a few years ago.
I'm sure there's like benefits all over the place they've been taking, but I don't know. I remember reading into it a couple of years ago, and like they've never made any money. It's just a tech company.
I think Uber Eats was doing better than the Uber ride services, but it still, I think, is not actually generating money.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the CW, every dollar spent, they lost too.
So, Nia, have you liked some of the dad jokes we've been doing so far?
They've been amazing. I've sent a couple of super chats with dad jokes on your streams a few times, but these have been brilliant. Keep them coming.
Do you want to read this headline for me really quick?
Surgeon Simulator studio Bossa is making layoffs as it scales back operations. Bossa announces job cuts amid a fundamental transformation of the games industry.
Operations?
Whoever wrote that headline knew exactly what they were doing.
I didn't even read into it any further than that. I just thought that was funny. So
that picture is wild, by the way. Dude's got a push broom over an open chest cavity. Yes. You see that? That is crazy.
Really quick, we got Orange Gonton, which is how you say his name, by the way. Second game coaching JV tomorrow. Wish me luck, lads.
Heck yeah, man.
Good luck.
Good luck, brother. Good luck, man.
From one coach to another. Good luck.
What do you coach, Mo?
Basketball.
That's right. You're always talking about basketball.
Always.
Let's see here. So we have Monster Hunter Wilds coming out in, was it 3 days?
Yeah, on the 27th.
Friday, right?
So the reviews, I haven't seen a bad one yet.
Yeah.
So,
The only thing that I've seen is apparently some of the games journos are saying some things that I was actually worried about, and they're taking back some of the time that you would spend preparing for some of the hunts and simplifying it to get you more into the gameplay and stuff like that. But if you're a longtime Monster Hunter fan, you know that preparing for the hunts was always a major part of the game. So I'm curious to see how that's actually going to go.
Yeah,
Well,
I mean, I can tell you, I've been following this game for about a year now, and the attitude behind the whole development of Monster Hunter Wilds was to get you into the action as quick as possible. You know, just putting fast travel points everywhere and having like I'm pretty sure you like having your sharpening stone on you so that you can just do it on the move and things like that.
yeah. Now I tried out Monster Hunter. I can't remember which one.
Was it World or Rise? Those are the last two that have come out.
It was World. I tried out World. The game's not for me, so take what I say about the game with a grain of salt. But this is the only negative thing that I can find about it is that Polygon was basically saying that it hasn't really innovated very much. Is basically what this article says.
Yeah.
So it's more of the same. Right, they don't want to stray from the original.
Streamlined so much it may have lost its soul. This is kind of how I was feeling about it too. Was if they take a lot of that stuff out, it kind of takes away from the gameplay. Like I loved World. I didn't like Rise very much. I only put about 2 hours into Rise, and then I never touched it again.
Yeah, it seems like that's kind of the consensus amongst most reviewers right now, that it says step down, but the game itself is pretty good. But as a Monster Hunter game, it's yeah, maybe play an older one.
Kind of crazy. That's good.
Not wrong.
But yeah, so just be aware that Dragon Age Veilguard is slightly better than Monster Hunter Wilds, according to IGN.
Which doesn't mean fuck all.
Yeah. Thank you, IGN. Opinion discarded.
They're the most trustworthy source out there. Come on now.
I love some of the comments are so funny. Let's see here. Okay, this is an old article. It's from 2020, but I just thought it was funny. Monster Hunter is shockingly, bombastically faithful to the games, and they're referring to the Mila Jovovich movie.
That movie sucked.
Have you seen it yet?
I have not.
Yeah, I have seen it, and no, it's not faithful. This is like somebody writing an article in 2002 saying the Resident Evil films are faithful, or movies are faithful to the games.
Absolutely. That's such an apt comparison. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, I mean, the movie starts with a bunch of people in the military getting teleported to the world of Monster Hunter.
Oh, wow.
Like, that's how it starts. And it just goes downhill from there.
Well, it's directed by Paul W.S. Anderson, which is why I made that comparison. He also did the Resident Evil films.
Okay.
And those movies, like this, is just a vehicle to show off how hot his wife is. I didn't mind the Tony Jaa character, the Thai actor, martial arts actor from Ong Bak. I don't know if you guys have seen that.
Oh, dude.
He should have been the main character of that movie.
Yeah, his character wasn't bad, like at all. It is probably one of the better characters in the movie, but everyone else was just they were like a cardboard cutout stuck into the Monster Hunter world that was just supposed to represent and trigger the member berries.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and in defense of the Ong Bak actor, I don't think he's as good in bed as Mila Jovovich, I'm assuming. So that might be a problem.
Shut up, Weasel.
ABF, Erwin actually sent me the game. I didn't realize it was literally called A Game About Digging a Hole. Like, that's its name.
Oh,
yes,
man.
Let's go.
We got Nia. Dude, you're going to be out in the desert in Australia trying to find the treasure also. Like, after the game, you're going to be like, I need this to be real.
Thanks, Erwin.
Okay, so we did a live stream today about the independent developer Xbox showcase. I think it's ID at Xbox showcase, what they call it, but kind of confusing. But as predicted, they put the good games at the beginning and the end, and then put a bunch of crap in the middle of the sandwich. And it seemed like everything that they talked about is on Game Pass, or at least will be on Game Pass.
Oh no.
So they added Balatro and
Balatro.
sorry, Balatro. Watch the Nerd Wars say no. It's the way I say it. Okay.
Yeah,
so that's a
Balatro.
big one.
They did this whole Friends of Balatro thing where they're shoving in a bunch of characters from other big Microsoft and Xbox games, and it looks like they're turning them into some of the images on the cards. So
yeah, I thought I saw Ezio on one of them.
Take that for what you will.
Lies of P with Overture, which I didn't even know was coming out, but I don't know. It seemed interesting. I haven't played.
I heard this is a prequel.
Yeah, it's a prequel DLC.
Yep.
I haven't played Lies of P myself, but I'd like to. It actually seems like a pretty cool game. So
yeah, if you like Souls-likes, like I haven't played it myself either, but I somewhat like Souls-like games. They started getting a little old to me after a little while, but I'll probably check it out at some point.
Yeah, Lies of P is kind of on the fence of Soul-like and light, you know?
Yeah.
It's kind of on that.
Balatro. Right?
Balatro,
and then this one, I didn't even make the connection of the name being kind of a dad joke, but Blue Prince. Get it? Blueprints of like of a building.
Okay,
oh my god.
Yeah. So I actually thought this looked cool. Basically, it's similar to like a tabletop game where you put all the rooms together of a house, but you're inside of them in like a 3D world, and you have to find puzzles to get out.
Okay, so this is your satisfactory itch then.
Not really, because it's RNG.
Is this in
Probably.
VR?
I don't know actually. That would be.
Seems like it would be a VR game.
They need to make it VR if they're not.
Sometimes it's something that they'll add later as far as VR. If it's a successful game, then they'll put that development into it. But yeah, it looks kind of fun. Cool. It's a problem-solving game. But again, these are all independent developers, smaller studios.
I like the cell shading. That's pretty cool.
It reminds me of do you remember the Simpsons game? Not Hit and Run, but it was like one in between that had that kind of cell shading look.
Make it bigger.
I can't think of the name of the game you're talking about.
It was literally just called The Simpsons game. Like,
was it just The Simpsons?
Yeah. Okay. Came out in like Wii, Xbox 360, that generation.
But yeah, I can't remember what the tabletop game is, but it's very similar. Did you see these 3 cards? So these are basically like cards in a deck that you shuffle out, and then you have to put the doors together to line up. So yeah, it's kind of interesting. That's like
it seems
the
like it's
RNG.
kind of inspired by Myst type of game.
Yeah, well, I think Myst plus that game, which I can't remember. It's called like something Mansion, I think. But
the Seventh Guest.
Maybe,
like...
but that's not the one that I'm thinking of.
Oh, okay.
There's a lot of tabletop games that are very similar. And then we have this one. Nerdy Neo was really excited about this one. This game is co-op, pretty lighthearted as far as humor.
What the fuck?
I didn't like that.
Very, very strange intro, but
it's like an Adult Swim thing you see at 2 a.m.
Yeah. So this is sort of I don't even know what kind of game do you call this.
I call it up Jurassic Park. That's what I call it.
Bizarre.
Tim and Eric.
Jurassic Park on LSD.
Yeah,
that's what it is. Like Tim and Eric. That's what it seems like.
So you use different guns to like solve puzzles to continue on and stuff like that in the game. Here we go. Here's actual gameplay. It's actually a pretty cool game.
Oh, dude, Orange Gotten, no.
Right.
Orange Gotten, no. That is the biggest earworm video I've ever seen in my life. Too many cooks.
Yeah.
Hey,
Too
what's
many
up?
cooks.
Oh, Mr. Tech
Too many
Rat.
Oh, I hate that.
Too
Oh, it's
many
like
cooks.
it's stuck in your head. Yeah.
Too many cooks. Sorry.
So that game's
Maybe I'll
kind of
meme
fun.
that.
Yeah, it's kind of a No Man's
yeah.
Sky with a purpose.
So the entire thing started off with this game, Jump Ship, and you can actually sign up for the beta, which I've already signed up for. We saw this and we were like, dude, that's freaking sweet. And let me show you why. It kind of puts all the fun elements of like Star Trek Bridge Crew and Sea of Thieves, in the same game. So it's got a lot of whoop, I didn't mean to make the audio that loud. It's got a lot of
Well, it's a good thing
co-op
because we
play.
can't hear it.
Yes.
We
it's-
have
turn it up.
audio.
Because I'm hang on a sec. I'm sharing window. I need to share tab.
Until it's been taken off.
There we
Go.
So
I'm checking this
you're
out.
on this big mothership, and
Alright.
there's 4 players,
see the
and
timer?
one person is driving the ship right now.
kilometers
Another
away.
person is like,
Looks like one
running the
squad,
scanners. Another
but there seems
person's
to be any
basically got
other
their finger
threats
on the
around,
trigger
so I
for the
think we can focus
weapons
on
and stuff like that.
The leader.
go.
Gee, I wonder which one you would take.
Okay, I'm on fire duty.
So
I think we have fire on the outside.
yeah, so check this out. So
the inside, you get the outside.
they have to get out of their console and go repair the ship.
Yep.
Dude's got a fire extinguisher, and then you.
What
go
is this
run
like?
around.
Acolyte the game?
Whoa.
Yeah.
That did look like a little campfire, didn't it?
Campfires in space.
Yeah, where's R2 at? Come on. He's supposed to be doing auto repairs.
Thrusters. I'm taking care of that.
Nice, thank you. Appreciate it.
Whoa, incoming.
Alright, one out.
We got him.
Yeah,
So
grab a
he's
fire
playing little
extinguisher.
mini games there
Yeah.
to repair stuff.
And that should be it. Nice, good job, guys.
And let me fast forward to.
Right. Try to ambush.
So there's a part where they go on the
Let's
offensive,
sneak up on them and try.
and
Yeah.
yeah, check this out.
Oh, okay. Ready to jump in 3. Starting
to Alright.
notice 2.
That's our cue.
So you can actually jump over to their ship and attack them directly.
Oh, he just got
And-
mother effed by his own teammates.
Yeah, but
I know,
it's
I
alright.
saw
'Cause
that.
you got a grapple hook and stuff.
Oh,
so-
does he? Okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, it's pretty
it looks
neat.
Pretty cool.
Oh, it's like Titanfall / Sea of Thieves slash.
Kinda.
Space Pirates, yeah.
Yeah, it is Space Pirates. Like, what's cooler than Space Pirates, though?
We're working our way through.
That's what
Yes,
makes
I had-
Firefly fun.
I've signed up for this one. This one looks fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did
This
too.
is fun.
I'm looking forward to this.
As soon as
Yeah, I
I
don't
get
know
Game
what-
Pass on my TV, I'll play it.
I don't know what game engine it'll be on. You might be able to play it on your Steam Deck.
Probably, yeah.
But it's really impressive how you could be looking out the window and flying around, and I don't know, it's amazing how the 4-player co-op works with everything else happening around you.
Yeah. It's like got the mini games of like something like Among Us, where the mini
really
games
cool
seem
right
pretty
there.
simple, but you have to break away to go take care of that
Yeah.
before you get back to your station. And like,
So,
it looks
right
really
there, a gamma wave started hitting them, so they had to like
Mhm.
leave some loot behind to get out of there. So there's like environmental stuff you have to worry about too. It's pretty cool.
It's a new part of space.
That's
That is
cool.
pretty cool. Because one of the things I don't like about space battles or space battle games, I should say, sometimes the battlefield is not as extensive as you would like to be. Like you're trying to engage in 360-degree combat, and it only feels like you can go like 360 degrees across one plane when it's across every single plane because you're in space.
Mhm. Now, I'm sure Niat is thinking that they need to add some xenomorphs to this right now.
Absolutely. Give me some aliens.
Yeah,
But this looks
DLC,
like a lot of
baby.
fun.
and as far as like just having fun with your friends, like there's nothing beats playing co-op games like this.
What was it, 4-player?
Yeah. But you're also in lobbies against other real players also.
Oh, so it's a PvP versus E.
I believe so.
Nice.
That's the way they were selling it.
And see, here's the other thing I want to know. Can I get a ship like the one they're shooting at, or do I have to stay in that one the whole time?
I don't know. I was wondering that too, like if there's different like designs or if you can customize your ship or stuff like
Wow,
that.
that would be a lost opportunity if they did not have different
you got
add-ons
more
or
than
ships. That would be awful.
Because if there was like a certain of like a grind to the game where you could get those bigger dreadnought classes of ships, you know,
All
as
right.
as a team,
Now,
that would be awesome.
This is the part where they lost me. Okay, they're enjoying their spoils and they're like, let's go make a pizza. And apparently there's a freaking pizza oven on your spaceship.
Of course.
But look what comes out of it. I'm docking points for this, by the way.
Yeah. Well,
yeah.
not even any. Oh no, there's ham on there too.
Ooh,
Hawaiian
yeah,
pizza.
there we go. Let's
Very
do that
good.
Hawaiian.
Very good.
Oh, everyone can have some. I'm not
Delicious.
Yeah. There's
Absolutely
pineapple
delicious.
on that.
They did that just for the controversy, and I'm
Love it.
They know what's going on.
They didn't even cut it up. They put like rings on there, like a bunch of cretins. I don't mind
Running
pineapple
the
on pizza.
crusaders
But
on
that's
my side.
that's
There we go.
too much.
Nice.
Yeah, at least cut it up.
Hey, let's go.
And then this shows off another type of mission that you can do, which is basically, going in a, space station or a, planet or something like that. And it's like a loot extraction. You bring it back to your ship and escape.
No, Isaac, all you have to do is
No,
expose
Isaac.
the steak to the cold vacuum of space for about 30 seconds and you'll get a well done steak.
I was gonna say,
Yeah, there'd be no point.
if you do that
overcooking
in
steak
any game,
'cause it- no
yeah,
nutrients.
it'll earn you a VAC ban. You get a VAC ban for well done steak.
That was cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna hardware ban Isaac for the way he cooks his steak. But yeah, I thought it was a cool game. I was surprised that they opened up with this,
Yeah, it
and
was a
this
little
was
bit
the
more.
coolest thing that I saw, and then it was kind of basically downhill from there. So
Yeah. But they did a good job of getting us hyped up, hoping to expect more, and we all knew that there was going to be the middle slump, and that's exactly what we got.
yep, these shows are becoming predictable.
Mhm.
So it looks like this is them raiding a ship as opposed to
Yeah,
defending one.
loot extraction.
Yeah, like,
This is your
Yeah.
payday 2, hopefully not payday 3. Crime
Like
boss.
steel? He meant
Yeah,
steak.
Ah,
Nia,
steak.
how do you like your steak cooked?
With a little bit of pineapple on top.
Good answer.
I was going to say, like, I'm not
Actually sounds
as
kinda
much
good.
into the gaming sphere as I am with films, but correct me if I'm wrong, but this feels like a throwback to like mid to early 2000s multiplayer games where you'd get like 10 or 20 of these being released each year that were dynamic, interesting, unique. Now I feel like we just get a slop of like Call of Duty and Call of
Yes.
Duty like games, right?
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah,
That's why this feels like refreshing to see
That's what
that it's
I was
coming
actually
out.
thinking that because it reminds me of 2 free-to-plays that I played sort of mid 2010s. I can't remember what the first one was called. It was like Fire Point or Fire Break or something like that. I can't remember. Then the other one was called Dreadnought. So it's kind of.
I remember Dreadnought.
Yeah, it's kind of like they've smashed those 2 games together.
Yeah. Yeah, very similar. Like yeah, but to what Nia was saying, like yeah, a lot of the time in the gaming space now, like I mean, we get Call of Duty and we get a Fortnite update.
Mm-hmm.
And that's pretty much it. And then occasionally another game will be thrown out that's like a clone of that in some way, but we don't have a whole lot to look forward to in multiplayer shooting games. And if Call of Duty isn't your style of game, which is not mine, I do like shooters, but I don't like what Call of Duty has become. So I'm out on all of those basically whenever they drop at this point.
Well, all those games are like kind of fun at first, but then they become really sweaty. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And this is like just, I don't know, it seems really fun to me because you can just kind of chill and just have fun with the boys, you know?
And this game does have its own identity when it comes to like the weapons they're using, the ship designs, the whole the enemy designs as well. It's all very unique.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
jumpshipgame.com.
Yeah. it definitely looks good. Like the finals was a very creative game, but it just didn't have that special sauce, man. It didn't like even the announcers didn't get that annoying. Like I liked all the different things you could do in the destructible environments, but
That
I
part
think
was
it
cool.
got too. But it was like I want to know what was the problem, you know?
Sorry,
'cause
I
enjoyed it.
Keep going.
It
But-
became
Yeah,
really
just wanted
funny.
to pull that up because Warface was awesome and it went through the PS4 and Xbox One generation right into the PS5, and then it died a very slow death after COVID ended and everyone was back to work. But made by Crytek, you got nano sits in there and all that kind of other Gucci stuff. It's really 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 good game.
I don't remember that game.
Warface
Yeah.
or Warframe?
Warface. So
Oh.
the highlight of Warface was the Spec Ops missions. So you would have one in Pripyat, that's Chernobyl, and then one on Mars. There was one in like this giant mountain James Bond villain style base, that kind of stuff. It was very cool. They added zombies at one point, I think.
As you do.
Yeah.
Whatever
As,
you
you
want
do.
to do.
As one does. Yes.
Let's see here. Probably only have time for one more topic, so let's cover something that Niat might like to talk about.
You do have one small super chat which I would love to address.
Oh yes, I do.
Orange
Orange Gotten. Pittsburgh style filet is the one true answer. So I actually do like Pittsburgh style. That's where you
Really
get it nice and browned on each side, and you still have it, medium rare in the center.
Yeah, that's really hard. Even if you're used to cooking steaks, that's a hard one because you can burn the crap out of it. But if you get it dialed in or you go to a good restaurant, it's amazing. He is right. That is the only way to eat steak. It's so good.
It takes a little bit of practice or experimentation with the time, but if you use stove or grill mixed with an oven, where you just sear it on both sides and then put it in the oven for like 5 to 10 minutes, depending.
I accidentally made it right once. It turned out really well, but it's so good, dude. But it's Orange Gotten with a banger.
Band
there.
is
It's
good.
really good.
Isaac, you need to repent.
Ban 'em.
Burning it
Just
tastes better.
ban 'em.
I don't
I
even
say.
know.
No,
ban
there's
'em right
char
now.
and there's burning. Ugh, you young.
Even comprehend the words
Summer
coming out of his
child.
mouth.
So we're going to talk about Gears of War here in a second, but before we do, just wanted to acknowledge that Peter Jason, the voice of Dizzy, has passed away. He was famous for his line, "Got your back like butt crack." So
He looks familiar. What else was he in?
he does look familiar. I'd have to pull up his IMDb, but it looks like he's been in a few movies. Not as like the main role or something, but maybe he's like a bad guy or
They
something.
Live.
He was in Deadwood.
Was he in Deadwood? That's okay.
Yeah.
That's how I know him then. Yeah,
48
I love
Hours,
Deadwood.
They Live, Mortal
Escape
Kombat,
from LA.
Escape from LA.
Oh, dude,
48
yeah,
hours.
Escape from LA. He was the guy like helping Snake gear up at the beginning, wasn't he?
I think
I
so.
think he
Yeah, I
was
think so.
the taxi driver. You talking about the
No,
taxi
I think he was a
driver?
military guy. I thought.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
He's
think
in
he was
Jurassic
friends with-
World, Fallen Kingdom.
Yeah.
I think he might have been friends with John Carpenter because he's in a few of his movies: Ghosts of Mars, Escape from L.A., and Prince of Darkness.
Okay. Ghosts of Mars was a bad movie, but I
Yeah.
loved it.
Really bad. Yeah.
He was in the original Mortal Kombat.
Deadwood
What?
for a season. 26
Deadwood
episodes.
was a great series. But this is why we're talking about Gears of War. So Dave Bautista wants Netflix to move forward with Gears of War, and he's in an interview here, and he's asking all the fans to do the work of his agent.
No
I
idea.
can't hear it.
No idea.
No audio.
Son of a bitch. All right.
See, he does miss from time to time.
No, that was the computer messed up or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Excuses, excuses.
Yeah.
It looks like Darby O'Gill if Isaac cooked him the way he wanted to.
We'll make fun of his looks here in a second. Just hold that thought.
Hey, start an online thing about freaking Gears of War. Like,
Let's
come on,
do it.
Netflix. Netflix, come on already.
I mean, everybody's been fan casting you that for years. They're dropping the ball on it all the time.
Dude, it's not like I'm not badgering them.
Okay, let's get it going.
We
Gears
gotta
of
start a
War, live
petition.
action.
Come on, Netflix, get it together.
Let's do it.
Hey,
So he wants us to start an online thing that, his agent should be doing probably, which is asking Netflix, "Hey, let's cast my my client in a thing." But what do you guys think of Dave Bautista playing in Gears of War?
I think if he shows up to his next red carpet looking like Marcus Phoenix, go for it. If he looks like that fucking RuPaul Drag Race bullshit that he was a couple of months ago, get yourself to fuck.
Yeah. Are you referring to this?
Yeah, there we go. That's the exact comparison. Yeah.
Which in this picture right here, doesn't it look like he's drooling?
It does. He probably is.
Thinking
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
What is that?
But dude, is he like? He was a built dude. What happened? Is he on Ozempic also? Like, why are all these
probably.
actors? What is happening?
I think he stopped eating
He
steak.
just said it, yeah.
It's the androgenization of everything that we consume.
Now, as far as his muscle mass, that takes a lot of work and a lot of calories to get. Not that I know. Look at me, but I do all the calorie intake. I don't do any of the workout. But he just, he's in his 60s. You can't just keep doing that like the entire time. So, but the rest of the well, since Niad already said it, the Kevin Feige part of his his character, like that's garbage. But I understand him losing muscle mass because to be like yoked like that all the time, you can't. In your 60s, man, it's gonna kill you literally. So
Yeah, I think
I agree.
He gave an interview around the time of Guardian History. He was like, "Yeah, I'm just getting too old for this shit, man."
I was going to say, I agree with that. Like, he's in his 60s and he can't keep up with that workout and food regimen. But if that's the case, he's not right for the role.
Exactly.
Yeah, because he wants to be Marcus Phoenix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that ain't happening, buddy.
Yep.
Marcus
He's
Phoenix
getting
isn't
too old now
60.
too anyway.
Yeah, that's the main role. Who would you cast for Coltrane? Because he was actually one of my favorite characters. He was hilarious.
Here comes the Coltrane, baby.
I don't care how old Terry Crews is.
I kind of
He would've
envisioned
been.
him as well.
Yeah, he's such a nice guy too.
Terry Crews in his prime, yeah, but again, we go into the 60s thing, and it's like Coltrane's supposed to be just massive.
Do you know what's odd though? Terry Crews is the same age as Batista, but he's maintained his size.
Yeah.
Well, there's a saying, Niat, that you might have heard. We say it in America a lot. It's black don't crack.
This is true. I know from experience.
I was gonna say he does look younger than Batista.
Yeah, I kind of think the thing is, if you're going to cast these guys, it's kind of scary to do because we might get a current day Hollywood type story from that if they're casting these older guys, because they would just bring in a new squad and like these are the guys you're going to learn from, not the other way around and all that.
So here's the thing: if you give it a couple of years, because I believe that we are on a cultural shift out. I think they're going to try to hold on to it as long as possible. But if you give it a couple of years, and then you bring in a whole new set of actors that actually fit these descriptions of these characters, there's potential there. But anybody who's already well known, that's going to be looking at a screen and going, "Oh, look, it's Dave Bautista. What's the name of the character he's playing again?" And I don't
Dave
want
Bautista.
that kind of shit if we're trying to. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to see that kind of shit if we're trying to adapt something that's as well loved as Gears of War and turn that into a movie or even a show. Like, it's got to be all new people.
Like, what if you went to like, I don't know, WWE or something like that, did a joint production film with them, Gears of War, get people that actually kind of look like them.
They did. It's called every John Cena film that's ever come out.
I don't know who you can, but like for those of us that grew up with Gears of War and stuff like that, or played it a lot because it came out when I was in my 20s and I played it incessantly, despite the host advantage. Screw you and your shitty internet host.
Yep.
I got so tired of getting wrecked. But it was just like you're not like first of all, you got John DiMaggio's voice. You're not going to beat it. It's Marcus Phoenix. It's Bender Bending Rodriguez. You're not going to beat that voice. But as far as the body style, Batista, like 20 years ago, he would have been perfect. Now, nah, I don't think so. Like who would fill that?
That's why I say a whole new slate. You need a whole new slate of up and coming actors, and they have to visually look like the characters that they're representing, and you have a chance. If you miss those marks, it's dead in the water.
It's not even like up and coming. It needs to be like unknowns, people that you can just attach that character to, that you're going to be watching for maybe the next 5 to 10 years. You never know.
I mean, the thing with Gears of War is their character models are so like OP. They're like Space Marines. Like they're just pretty much. I'm assuming they borrowed heavily from that. That would be a safe assumption. But yeah, sorry. Oh well, excuse me. Talking about overly masculine men. Let's give Leon.
I think you meant Leona. Hayden, would you like to read this?
Yeah, I can. Yeah. Leon, Words of Paradise for $5. Off topic, but Hayden, your hair looks silky smooth tonight. It is, in fact, silky smooth tonight. So I took a shower right before I showed up on stream earlier for the watch along for the Independence thing, and my hair was still wet whenever I showed up on stream. Then,
yeah. Plus, he's got his chalice of gayness that it keeps close to his head, so that keeps it strong. Yes,
it does. It does.
You know what they'll do? They'll put Pedro Pascal in the movie. Somehow.
Oh fuck!
Somehow, yeah.
God. Pedro Pascal as Marcus Phoenix.
Pedro Pascal is James Bond. He's everywhere, anywhere, all at once.
And I'm going to start pushing this. Every time we talk about either Zendaya or Pedro Pascal, I'm going to advocate for both of them being in the same movie together, just as a meme. Like, oh, Zendaya's in it. Why don't we have Pedro Pascal also? Oh, Pedro's in it. Where's Zendaya at?
Yeah.
Good idea.
I'm so sick of those two that I just want whatever they're in to be ruined. So
but we found out this last week why they're not going anywhere, because 200 million followers are on Instagram. That's why.
Yeah, that's so dumb.
To use Instagram followers and still be so disconnected from the internet and what people who would actually be fans of your product that you're creating, to be that disconnected from what we actually think, it's wild.
Gun
Because none of us follow fucking celebrities on Instagram. They're learning from dumb people.
Yep.
For $1.99, we don't miss. Yeah,
we do not.
Yeah,
it's true.
Well, Nagernal, I think that you're pretty close to Zendaya's followers on Instagram. You just need like 200 million more. You're almost there.
Yeah.
Closing in on her.
Well, one thing's for sure, Naganal's a better actor. I think we can all agree on that.
Oh my god. Yes, he is. All right, we got a few more minutes. Let's dunk on some stuff. Let's see here. So, End Wokeness, fun account to follow. Posts this interview. Federal employee absolutely infuriated that she was given 48 hours to list what work she did last week. And it sounded like all you had to do was have 5 bullet points of you just doing stuff.
First, just tell us about this email and what it was like receiving it and what you all have talked about after getting it.
Sure. I got this email Saturday afternoon, about 3 p.m., and I felt absolutely infuriated getting this email with a demand within 48 hours to provide a response on what I did within the last week or face termination. This is clearly an attempt from Elon Musk to harass and bully and intimidate the federal workforce, which is part of his broader plan to gut the federal workforce and privatize public sector services to ensure that corporations like his own can get more profit. What? And that makes me really angry, and my coworkers as well.
First,
so angry.
We're asking if they actually worked.
I hope that bitch lost her job today.
Probably did.
Yeah.
First of all, if you start up talking like that, I instantly do not care what you have to say. When you're like, "Oh my goodness, Elon Musk,"
And it
But,
sounded like she was trying to mix in some of the fake crying into her voice too.
So I've just been seeing meme after meme. This is so funny to me.
Pleasure's all mine.
Oh, thanks. I'm really looking forward to sitting down with you and finding out more about what you do here.
Anytime.
Yeah. What do you do here?
Excuse me. What is wrong with this woman? She's asking about stuff that's nobody's business. What do I do? Really, what do I do here? I should have written it down. Qua something. Quabity Ashwins. No, but I'm getting close.
I think he's in quality assurance.
Quality assurance, yeah. Quality assurance.
Just a little more dunking to go here. Here we go. Fresh from Memoir.
Oh no.
Oh god.
Yo, Bo, what happened, dude?
It used to be swole, dude.
You know that soy is fake protein, right?
Yeah. Well, whoever made this picture of me, I'll give you a pearl necklace.
Oh, damn.
Shit.
Wow.
I'll break you.
It's a good thing they're not on this panel right now.
It's going to be an interesting talk in the back room after the show, that's for sure.
Oh boy.
When is it going to be? Go ahead.
Well, let's just let's keep moving on. Admiral Piet gets email from Lord Vader asking what he accomplished last week. Good job, Babylon B.
Love it. Oh.
Yeah,
That's
and then
nice.
camera breaks. How
Yeah.
convenient.
Yeah.
How convenient.
My comment had AIDS, and so my camera caught it in immediate fashion.
Uh-huh.
Just real quick, the Gaming Ronin was kind enough to send this along to me. This is Kai's fourth and final setup, Wayne Manor, as you can see, with his 3 bat suits in the
Dude.
background.
Wow.
That's dope.
Are you ready for the cosplay?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's
So-
see it.
Is there an elevator that goes down, or is the bookshelf open?
Look at that
Oh,
shit!
Dude.
Cool.
Yo.
The Batman Beyond.
Oh, come on,
That's
guys.
pretty sick.
This might be one of the
That's like
first
the Arkham one, right?
streams I watch from him.
God damn. Anyway, just wanted to
That's
show
pretty
that off.
badass.
Yeah, that's fucking cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, and I've got one thing that that I got this week as my early birthday present. It arrived today. I got the first 12 issues of Freyren Beyond Journey's End manga. So that's
Sweet.
my early birthday present showed up today, and I cannot wait to start reading it. I've got the box of all 12 of them right down here, and
Oh, yeah.
they look beautiful. I can't wait to crack these things open.
I'm gonna try watching that one of these days. I
Highly
think it's
recommended.
it.
Highly recommend it. Like I said, it's a little bit different from most other animes that people might be used to, but first couple of episodes, they're introducing you to the world and what the story is. And then the way that they tell the story. And then you start to get a little bit more action later on. It's very low level action, but we're dealing with 1,000-year-old elf mage. She can pretty much kill everything with a snap of her finger. So the combat usually goes pretty quickly, but it's a really great anime, and I can't wait to dig deeper into it with the manga.
Uh-oh.
Oh, damn.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I don't know.
Uh-oh.
I think ABF has a good appreciation for a good storytelling mechanic, and
I do. Yeah.
I think, like I said, it's a little bit slice of lifey, but this is coming from somebody who hates.
But you hate slice of
anime.
life.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I love it, and I hate slice of life.
Okay. Well, so I didn't pull up this article, but Paul Tassi made a article about solo leveling on Forbes.
Oh no.
And he's like, guys, have you heard about solo leveling? It's the greatest thing ever. And I just thought that was funny. That he's like, it's the #1 show. I just watched
Well, now
it.
I don't
It's
want to
amazing.
watch it.
So I think I have 3 episodes to catch up on, something like that.
Okay.
Oh, they're so good.
It's okay to be a little bit behind because then you can watch the dubbed, which I think is better.
Yeah, that's
than the,
what
subbed.
we're doing. We're waiting on the
Yeah.
dubs to come out. So the sub comes out first, and then we're waiting on the dub to come out. And then I think it's been a couple of weeks since we've caught one of them. So I think we're like maybe 3 behind.
How would you describe
Isaac is as simple as it sounds. Like you take a piece of real life and you make a fiction around it. It's called a soap opera.
I'll tell you, Isaac. Slice of life is what I generally would call fucking boring because I don't care about somebody's walk to work and the conversation that they had. Get them to work and then tell me what happened when they got there. But no, we cut out the things that are interesting and actually happen and more focus on the conversations around what's happening in their day. And I hate that stuff, but Freyren does it the right way.
See, that's just an institution in the UK, you know, EastEnders, Coronation Street, all that kind of stuff. It's kind of bred into us.
Hayden, just to like, you know, get a more of a gauge, do you like Quentin Tarantino films as far as like the dialogue?
Kind of. Like I enjoy them for what they are. I think he's done something different. Sometimes whenever they go on their kind of exposés, I kind of get a little bored with like, all right, let's move along. But I do, generally speaking, enjoy most of his films that I've seen.
Okay, I have a very specific question. Do you like the conversation about tipping in Reservoir Dogs?
I don't know if I remember it. It's been a long time since I've seen it.
Dude, it's so good because Mr. Pink is like, no,
Yeah.
I like
He's
the
like, I
whole
don't fucking tip.
Oh yes. Okay. Yeah.
And the guy,
I
the
do
head
like-
guy is like, it's like, it was so good. It was such a good conversation.
Yeah, when stuff like that is done correctly, I
Okay.
think it has a place. But then sometimes it goes a little too far, and you start kind of feeling a little bit of it. And it's like, okay, come on, let's get this scene over with. I'm ready to move on.
Yeah.
I think the tipping conversation in Reservoir Dogs works well because it reveals so much about the characters as they're discussing the pros and cons of tipping. You learn who they are and you know what their beliefs are. So I think it works.
Yep.
Yeah,
And then we
I
cut
think
to
you're
Michael Madsen slicing somebody's ear off and dousing him in gasoline. So, you know, call A, call B. Yeah.
He was on like either like Jay Leno or Conan, and he was talking about how when he drops his kids off at school, like the parents there are like shielding their kids, like stay away from that guy because
Yeah.
of that scene from Reservoir Dogs.
Well, it's
Like,
that.
people are afraid of him.
It's also that Michael Madsen is super fucking based. He's a recurring guest on a lot of Blaze TV shows. Like he goes on the Blaze TV and does a lot of like politics talk with them. Eric July's on with him on Sarah Gonzalez Unfiltered all the time.
He is self-deprecating too. They're like, why are you in you're in these great movies? Why? He's like, hey man, I got to pay the bills. Like
He says it all the time. He's like, I'm just an actor. I just get in front of a camera and play pretend for a little bit, and somehow people keep asking me to do it. I was like, okay, all right, that can be appreciated.
And that voice is not a put on. He talks like that all the time. That's just how he talks. Yeah. He's
ABF, I was going to ask, does he play stuck in the middle in the car when he's dropping his kids off? Because that might explain why the parents are shielding their kids.
Dude, for real, that would be so funny. Oh my gosh, yeah. Because I can't not think of that scene whenever I hear that song.
Same.
Oh my goodness, dude. It's...
Great movies. Oh, you know, all of Tarantino movies are great, to be honest.
Yeah. I think it's a bad one.
Yeah. Hey, Nia, you're gonna be okay. Say it with me. Say the words.
But we went over the 90-minute mark, so I think we're gonna do outros. What's up? Did someone make a noise?
I just said whoa because we went over the 90-minute mark.
Oh, I mixed up my Michaels. I was thinking Marsden is the one who's on Blaze TV all the time.
Oh,
Michael
okay.
Marsden. Yeah.
Gotcha.
Not Madsen. Yeah, Marsden.
Well, Niet, where are you going to be at?
So I'm going to be dropping a video covering the Gorge in a couple of days, probably towards the end of the week. I'm going to be on Gooch's channel covering Kaiju number 8 on Thursday, then beaming up Badger, covering some sort of weird conspiracy. Looking forward to that. Friday, Badger Dan. Saturday, we're covering Sam Raimi's Spider-Man on my channel,
nice.
Movie Nights with Nia. And then Sunday, late night with Gucci and Gang.
Fun fact about that movie is literally the first memory in my head. That's the first thing I can remember.
Yeah.
But thanks so much for having me on, man. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, it's been great having you. We had a discussion last week about The Gorge, how we thought that it was a cool movie, first off, but second off, it would be fun if they turned it into a video game, actually.
That's what I was thinking while I was watching it. When they get to the Gorge, I was like, this sort of feels like a video game. Like each sequence is like a different chapter in a game.
Yeah, like imagine two different people in the two different towers, and you can somehow meet up, and
that would be pretty cool.
Fight all these crazies. That'd be really cool. So yeah, one of the few instances where I think that a movie turning into a video game would actually work.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well, the other instance is X-Men Origins Wolverine, a game that is vastly superior to the movie. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. You know what else is pretty sweet? Nagrinal's high energy outros.
Let's go.
Yeah, I'll be streaming places like my Kick and YouTube, so follow me there.
Yeah,
that was pretty good.
That was classic. Yeah.
What would you say you do here?
Oh, Hayden, how about you, sir?
Yeah, so on Nerd Wars tomorrow with ABF, we're having our political stream, and I believe Isaac is our guest. So that's
watch it.
Fun to talk some politics with these guys tonight or tomorrow night, I guess. But yeah, other than that, late and gay with the GCA on Wednesdays, and here on Off the Hip on Mondays.
Yep. Just don't ask Isaac about steak when we're on that one. he's got pretty good political takes, but not about steaks.
True.
Yeah. Mo, are you gonna be playing with pearl necklaces?
Oh my.
You know what? If I made like $20 million a year, I'd think about it. But and we all would. Don't even act. But no, nope. Just short of that, I'm just going to be rocking Criticless merch. Which, by the way, the designs they have on their stuff is so freaking amazing. Like
The purple they use is cool looking.
It's more vibrant than like this. Does a good job of showing it off, but it's like even better. It's like old school 80s synthwave. They have a turquoise blue one that has like a They Live skull on the back. Dude, they have some really good stuff. Like, and they're like legitimately good shirts. So Blaine's not paying me, I promise. But it's just it's really cool. It's such a fun site, man. Go on criticalist.com. It's so much fun.
It is cool. It's fun.
Yeah, it's and he has hidden quests to find badges and stuff. It's like it's totally cool. But
we
aside
need to
from
get
that,
Niad on there one of these days. We'll get him there.
dude, please. We need we're trying to beat Beardo's beating us in their groups. They have the manly movie review and they're beating us, which is so
They've only done one, and
That's
Beardo
not
wrote his
anything
review
about
after listening to everyone else's review. He wrote it on stream.
So but seriously, people, get to Criticless. It brought back the wanting to report on like doing a movie review. I did it on Rotten Tomatoes way back in the day until the critics would come and attack me. I reviewed Dread, and this guy's like, "Oh, it was the guy that wrote the review. I reviewed his review, and he attacked me." So I was like, "But it's wonderful." But as far as everything else goes, we do Late and Gay with the GCA on Wednesday. This is a wonderful show. I love it. It's just hanging out at the bar with your friends, and we do the Monday Hangover at 6 p.m. Eastern. I mean, it's such a blessing to be able to stream with your friends, man. It's amazing. So, as always, thanks for having me on. and it's always fun to stream with you. Nerd Slap, I'm afraid for next week. That's all.
Nerd Slap, do you have any sneak peeks of Mo memes you're going to be putting in at all? Or
Not yet. I'm gonna save them.
Okay.
You might see something in me more. We'll see. But
Okay.
nah. Otherwise, I'll make you guys wait till next week. So, but other than that, I'll just be working on some other memes, working on stuff on my Kick channel, and Trigger Happy on Wednesdays. So.
Awesome. Yeah, and check out Nerd Slap's latest video. We talked about if the moon landing was faked or not.
Yes.
Or maybe it was faked, but we did land on the moon, a couple Apollo missions later. I don't know. We all kind of came together in agreement in the end, I think. So yeah.
It was a good episode. Definitely go check it out.
Norman, what time is it there right now?
It is currently 3:47 in the morning. But yes, I am actually, funnily enough, thinking about flipping the old gaming streaming schedule. So I'm streaming more in UK time than I am in US time when I start trying to bring more followers on this side of the Atlantic, hopefully, to my channels. We'll see what happens. But other than that, you can find me on this channel on Wednesdays and Mondays with Nerd Slap and ABF every month or so, I would say, every couple of weeks or so, whenever we get something juicy.
Yeah.
See, we're waiting on the government releasing all those JFK files so we can just go,
Oh, God, I can't
good
wait.
afternoon, everyone. Page 1. That's essentially it. Yeah. But
We'll
yes,
have an emergency recording. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Gonna be
coming
an
soon.
emergency stream, a crossover stream. It's gonna be huge.
Yeah, I just want to say a quick thanks to Nia for coming on. It was nice to have a little movie talk injected into Off the Hip.
My pleasure.
Yeah, because I think that every once in a while you got some video game and movie crossover, and I've always been a movie buff, and I like video games, so they go together pretty well.
Mhm.
But yeah, check out Niat streams. He goes live on Saturdays, and we review movies. I've been on there for a lot of them as of late, and his gaming streams do really well too. I saw you had like 300 people watching you play Skyrim. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I did not expect that because I was streaming late night for the people in the US, and for some reason, people wanted to tune in, so it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, that's awesome. Oh, dang. Did we hit
Wow.
Yeah,
150?
let's go.
Awesome.
Hey, yeah, we
Thank
did.
you.
Let's go.
But yeah, come check us out on Wednesday. I'm gonna try to play a couple games so we can talk about and review some stuff. I'm gonna try to play that Delta Force co-op, like single player, which is supposedly modeled after the movie Black Hawk Down.
Oh yeah,
So,
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
that
what
looks
really
pretty
appeals to
dope.
me. So yeah, I really like that movie, and being able to be in it and play it sounds pretty cool. But yeah, everybody have a great night. We're gonna roll the outro.
Ciao.
Bye, guys.
Yeah. Peace.
Who the fuck is Alec Baldwin's finger?
I can't see! I can't see! Of course you can't fucking see. I just shot a blank in your fucking eyes.
Hey, the trunk looks kind of small there, Anton.
This is live. I'm on live TV. Trunk's fine. As you can see, friend, it's not small. It's a big trunk. I'll show you right here.
Well, you got a dead hooker in the trunk.
What? No, it can't be.
Yes, it was. It was a dead hooker.
It wasn't a dead hooker!
Hell, I know a dead hooker when I see one.